it's Martha. Welcome to my channel, Everything Martha Crafts and More. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel, and I want to definitely welcome my new subscribers. I'm so happy that you subscribe to my channel, and to all of my subscribers, thank you for being there. Anyway, this video, I am not going to talk too much because it might be a little bit longer than other videos. I've been wanting to work with resin, epoxy resin, for a while now, and so I took the plan to work with a little bit of epoxy resin. Now, for my first time, I'm going to show you what I did. I think they came out pretty good. I made 2 coasters, and here's the first one. And look at all the beautiful glitter in there, you guys. And then I made this other one, which I had a little bit of a fail in this one because I used a very thin, just regular printing paper, and I think I should have used a little bit of a thicker paper because it was so thin that some of the epoxy, even though I sealed it, it went through the paper. I guess it absorbed it, but next time I'm gonna know better, and I'm gonna use a thicker paper, but I still think it came out pretty nice, a little bit better. Yeah, here it is. And so there's the other one, and this is the one I made. This one for my sister because she's a police officer and she works for this department, so I thought that would be nice. But I'm a little bit sad that happened, but I'm gonna make her another one and I can guarantee it's gonna come out a lot nicer because, yeah, this paper was very thin. I was a little bit afraid of that, but I didn't have a thicker paper to work with. But anyway, I don't think it's too bad for the first time. So I went ahead and I recorded my little adventure with epoxy resin, and that you'll be there for my next video when I come up with something else. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. Bye. Hi everyone, it's Martha. And so today I am gonna start working on a project with something that I've never done before, and it is resin. Here it is. Resin and hardener, and I've been wanting to work or make a project with something like this for a while, and I just had never taken the plunge, and I did. So I bought my epoxy resin through Amazon, and this is the brand that I chose, Art and Glow. There are a lot of different brands that you can pick from, but those are the ones that I chose, and I'm super excited. And so I'm gonna start filming today because it's gonna be like a 3 or 4 day process to get it all completed. And so I'm gonna start filming the very first part. So like I said, this is the very first time that I have ever tried working with resin, so I'm super excited. I'm gonna show you all the things that I bought. It takes about at least 24 hours for this to cure, and it could take up to 72, so I don't wanna speed it up, I don't wanna mess it up. So I'm gonna try and make some coasters. So it's gonna be a process because I'm gonna add a decor piece to my coasters. So let me show you what I bought and what you're gonna need to make this project also. So you can personalize this project if you decide to do it with whatever picture you want. So let me show you. I bought this little box of glitters at Amazon as well, and it comes with these little stirring spoons, and it has all these colors, very bright glitters, very beautiful colors, reds, and I have taken out the ones that I am planning to use for my project. I have them right here. It's the iron gray, this beautiful royal blue, silver, I'm gonna add some silver, this Dodger blue, and the black. So I might use all of these in my project. You're also gonna need some paint stir sticks, so I got these. These are, let me show you the package that I bought at Michael's, and it brings 3 silicone molds inside. And these are the 3, I have them right here. One is a hexagon, one is a square, and they had this round one. I have these all ready here in order to pour my epoxy resin when I'm done. You are also going to need a pair of gloves, which I have right here. Measuring cups, like I bought these at Dollar Tree, so I'm planning, because you have to mix exactly the same amount of the resin than of the hardener. And what I've learned is that you have to be very patient when you stir these two together, because otherwise you're gonna get bubbles and it's not gonna be mixed well. So from what I've learned, it's a very important process. It's a very important process in order for your project to come out nice. So I have that, I have my molds, and then there's gonna be a second part to this project, which I will film after we get done with this first part of the project. Okay, so let me open up the craft sticks. Okay, so there's that. Let me get, oh, and so you also need to put something on your work area so that you don't spill anything on it. First you pour out the resin right here, and you have to mix equal parts like I said. I'm going to use these little cups that I bought at Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna fill them to the top in order to get the same amount of both. First, I'm gonna pour out the resin. So it says to be very precise in getting the same amount of hardener as of resin. Oh, this is getting full, very full. Okay, I'm going to pour out the resin in this cup. So I'm gonna use my stir stick to get it all out. All right, I think I have most of it. It's pretty thick. It says you have about 40 minutes to work with this. So now, I don't know if I can use the same cup, but I'm not. Now I'm gonna pour out the hardener. And right away I can tell that this one is not as thick. Okay. And now I can see what they mean with the little bubbles. I see some little bubbles in here. I think you can see them. You don't want those. So let's pour this out. Yeah. I want to get all of it, you guys. Okay. Let me make sure I got all of the resin. Yes. Okay, so now let's start. It says there not to be in a rush to mix your two agents, okay? It says to take your time. You don't want to see any of those whitish lines. You want it to look completely transparent, okay? And I do see a lot of bubbles in there, you guys. Look. I need to get rid of all of those. Okay, you guys, I am going to start adding some of this glitter. was not good. I'm gonna add some of this beautiful blue also. Make sure not to drop the top in there again. Okay. I may even want to add a little bit of gold. Is this gold? Yeah. Sure. Okay, you guys, that's a lot of glitter I put in there. Okay, let me get this mold. And I'm gonna pour it in. There's a very little bit left here, which I'm gonna pour into these little hearts. Okay guys, I'm mixing a second batch. I still see the whitish streaks, but not that many bubbles, you guys. Well, this one appears to be working a little bit better than the other one in regards to all those little bubbles. Because this one I might make into an ocean theme one. I haven't received my dry flowers yet, so when I do, I would like to make one with my dry flowers. Okay, so I'm gonna add some of this beautiful silver glitter, some of this beautiful Dodge blue. Oh, that's so pretty, you guys. And some green. Okay, let's mix up. Let's see how this looks. I think I would like to add some more silver in there. Okay, how does that look? Isn't that pretty? That's beautiful, right? I think it's really pretty. Okay, I hope I poured and I mixed enough. What I did, you guys, is I put a box and then I slid it on top of it. And then it says just to keep it covered, here are my two molds, and to keep them covered until they've cured, which I'm gonna do that, and not to touch it. Okay, you guys, and I've started to pop out the little hearts from the silicone mold. They are super easy to pop out. I will show you now. Aren't they adorable? They're so cute. I am excited about working with this epoxy resin, and I would like to get more molds and learn more how to work with this great product. Okay, you guys, so you saw the little hearts. They're so pretty. I love them. Here's one close up. And here are the coasters. Okay, so I'm going to show you how easy these are just to pop out. You just push them out through the bottom, and they're that easy. I mean, I realize now I don't have to fill the mold up all the way, because if you do, there's a little bit of spillage and then you've got to file down the edges. So that's something I just learned from my first experience. Look how cute those little hearts are. Like for a scatter in a table or a part of a little gift basket. These are so cute. Okay, so this is the resin. And these little cups don't have a measurement, so I have to eyeball it. So I'm gonna get down and try to be very accurate. Good morning, guys. And that seems about right. Okay, that really does seem about right. So now I'm gonna get one of these cups, which is a little bit larger. And I got all these things at Dollar Tree. And I'm gonna add a little bit of this Key West acrylic paint. I heard that you can mix acrylic paint, any water-based paint, in with your epoxy. And I'm gonna give it a flat layer on top. And don't forget to wear your gloves. Okay, now I think this is, I'm not sure which was the hardener and which was the epoxy you got. Right. So let's mix this together like we did yesterday and get rid of all those whitish lines. So I'm gonna add a little bit of the paint now to give it some color. Okay, let's pour. Some of this. And let's just let it go around and cover the whole bottom of your coaster. We need some more this way. Yeah. So now I need to let this cure for another 24 hours. Now I'm just gonna pour it over the coaster and let it spread on its own. After you've poured it out, just move it around so that it covers the whole back of the coaster. And I made this one just a little bit lighter. I added less paint. Okay, you guys, so I poured out the back on both of them. Now I have to wait another day, and then we will take them out of their molds. See you tomorrow. Okay, you guys, and it's the next day, and I already took the coasters out of the molds. It was really easy to pop them out. And I'm going to use some of this really thick glue because one of the decor pieces that I'm going to use on the square coaster is not a stick-on. It's I printed this out of my printer, and I am kind of scared with this paper. I think it's very thin, so I'm a little worried I didn't have a thicker paper to print it on, but let's just give it a try. I'm gonna go ahead and now I'm painting the glue on the back of the paper so that I can glue it to the coaster. So now that I've put the glue in the back of the decor piece, I'm gonna adhere it to the square coaster, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of time to dry. Make sure you press it down so there are no air bubbles. And so once it's dry, I'm gonna give it another coat of glue over the top. While that's drying, I'm gonna start working on the round coaster. For this one, I am just going to use some stickers that I bought, which are used for this epoxy material. And so I don't need to add glue to the back of these because they are stick-ons. Okay, you guys, so I've given it some time to dry, and now I'm going to add a coat of the glue to the top of the decor piece, making sure that I get all the edges so that they're sealed and the epoxy doesn't get in the bottom of the decor piece. After I'm done doing that, I want to give that some time to dry before I add a second coat of the glue over the decor piece. And that's the way that it looks with the glue on it. And now I'm going to work on the round one, and I do need to add a coat of the glue to the top of that decor piece as well. Okay, you guys, and now the two decor pieces are dry. The glue is dry on them, and I'm going to mix a little bit more of the resin because I'm going to pour some of the resin on top of each of the coasters, so there's a thin layer of resin on top of the decor pieces. So that's what I'm doing now. Once you're pouring the resin on top of the coaster or whatever it is that you're making, you want to make sure you move it around so that it is evenly covered on all sides and that it just looks flat and even. So when it dries, you can't even tell that it's a separate layer that you poured over it. Okay, it's time to do the second coaster, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Just pour out the resin on top of the coaster and make sure that you move the coaster around so that it's evenly distributed and there's a thin layer all on top of it. Okay, you guys, and now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna let them cure for another 24 hours before my project is completed. I'll show you when it's done. Okay, you guys, and here they are. Both of them are completed, and I really do like the way they turned out. For my very first time, I know they're not perfect, but I really am happy with the result. I'm excited to do more projects with this wonderful material. One thing I do want to mention is always wear a mask when you're working with resin. So I didn't know that on the first day, but I did on the next couple of days. So I hope you enjoyed this and that you'll be there for my next project. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.